All right. We're just checking that everything is
Yeah.
working correctly.
I will go to the places and check.
Check.
I gotta go
One,
to
two.
channel. Oh yeah, we are live.
All right. Well,
Huzzah, huzzah.
I think it's time that we start. So should we start with?
This one? What? I can't hear the music, you know.
Can you not hear the music?
Yeah, because I muted. Oh, and Rumble.
Yes.
Right on time. Rumble right on time.
All right.
He can hear us.
All right.
As we are starting with yours first. Oh, Kit. Welcome, Kit.
All right. Let's take the stream screen down, and then we will get right to. It seems like we're starting off strong.
No, we're not. We're starting with Rumble first.
Is it? Did we?
Oh, am
No,
I
no,
not in the right order?
We start because we did these two last
was it?
time,
Oh, right.
as far as I remember.
Okay, so I guess it's Kit's turn first.
Yes.
Okay, since I can't just keep doing Batista busts forever, it's time to tackle the Volard. Any thoughts on how to handle the base, particularly the tombstone? I'm not sure if I should do something to really draw out the body/statue or just keep it subdued. Any thoughts?
Yes, Rumble. Correct. Well, I do believe that we've actually seen a lot of updates on this one.
Yeah.
So I wanna take a look at that, but I do remember from what I've seen. No, we're not using the Discord for this one.
Oh boy, if we could screenshot the number of tabs that are open for this.
Here. I'll just do that on the Discord so that people can see. Like this is not a joke. So here we go. I'm just gonna screenshot this for the people. And where is my red?
You just right click on the copy.
No, I go here.
Oh, I see what you're doing there.
Yeah, and I just do this, and you will see why we are
for the first time ever. We are not begging for attention.
Yes. So yes. in the WAYPN room, you will see.
Batista.
You will see. So I do believe he's done a lot of.
He's got a lot of progress
in this one. So, but. As for the stone faces, I believe it's got a lot of nice, cool colors, like some purples and some like deep reds and that sort of things.
The whole model
blues.
itself is very cool tone.
And I was thinking that maybe he could do this in sandstone.
I was thinking the exact same.
And moss.
Yes, I was thinking that too.
And like that would make it feel very alive, have a great contrast to it. So yeah, they're like at the moment we have well too many. I don't know how many we've got right there right now, but yeah. So we will move on from this one. We will move on to too many Batistas.
And the next Batista is here.
Yes.
Yeah, I still hate eyes. And it doesn't help that he has really beady little eyes. He does. He's looking down upon humanity. That's
yeah. Well, I think that's just one skill that you got to learn. And look, there are people who have painted for years, like Joseph. Joseph's pretty bad for it.
Yeah, he always gets everything spot on, and then he gets to the eyes, and then it's badoing.
The googly eyes.
The googly eyes.
But at least the directionality is roughly in the right place.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a big thing. But you know, you're just gonna have to repaint. Go again.
Yeah, it's just a matter of practice.
All right. So next up we have.
It's a beat up dude.
Yep, the blue boys are boring, and oh, you know what? I have to say that the Ultramarine fans don't really seem to be the kind of people who you can interact with well, for the most part.
They have much to say.
They've got a lot of complaints.
Well, we should probably move on.
Oh! Next up, we've got Larry Hassenflug.
I think I'm done with the base part of this, unless I find some pigment of the same color in my box of stuff. Got a lot to do on the escape pod, but the droids are mostly done except for cleaning up details and finishing basing.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Is there anything further that needs to be done with that rocket ship? Escape pod.
I guess no. I think there is quite a bit. I think you can do like scorch marks and so on.
And you could do like an oil wash.
It looks very bare at the moment, but I think the other thing is the way that it's sort of embedded. Like, I don't think this is his fault, but you take a look at the way the sand, the way they've done it. I know that this is meant to represent the layers of sand and such, but I'm not a big fan of that.
Well, he could always do like sand surrounding that if that's the type of base he's using.
Oh, and make it into it. It's meant to be. It's meant that's meant to be the sort of diorama piece, and these things are meant to go with it. But I do think that he could color match this a bit better. The sand here.
Yeah.
But other than that,
I think the escape pod just needs its extra.
Yeah,
little burn marks and whatnot.
The escape pod needs a bit of work, but other than that, I think it's looking good. All right, then we have more Larry, and we're not going to comment on this one because it's actually finished it at the end. But would you like to read out what he's got thus far?
Okay. Painted the yellow blanket, added some base colors for stuff on the back. On the pack, added some flesh tones mixed with pink and yellow to the paws. Oh yeah, that's looking much better. Previously it was looking a little too pink. And he's looking so cute now.
Yes, he does look very cute. Larry has a pretty diverse range of things that he paints.
It's funny because he's got like horror and then he's got cute stuff that he likes to paint. Yeah. Alright, and more from Larry. Touched up with the red with a couple of different shades. Painted webs gray with spots of white on raised surfaces, but wondering if I should use some Nuln Oil or something, as I think there may be some teeny detail in it that I can't see well. It won't hurt to do a light wash.
Yeah, I'm not sure with the webbing. I'm not sure what to do because like it looks like a whole lot of garbage bags around the Daily Bugle. Like I understand this is meant to be an explosion and such, but until it's actually colorized, like, do they not look like garbage bags at the moment?
I guess I can
like,
see what
especially
you're saying.
Right here, that looks like a garbage bag.
Oh, that does look like a garbage bag.
Yeah.
But it's just because it's black. Once it's colored in, it should be fine. Oh well, next. More from Larry.
But we're going to not comment on this one because he's finished up with the very last place tonight. My only complaint is not enough Batista. Yes, not even close to enough Batista. Would you like to read this one out?
You want me to read? Okay. Busy night as I can't do anything tomorrow, so Darth Vader. Still need to add details, but the broad strokes are done, I think. Maybe a black wash on the cloth to make the dry brushing blend a bit better. It looks too black for a wash to show up.
I think.
Leave it.
Yeah.
He looks like the real thing.
He does very much look like the real thing, but it's very hard when it's black on black on black.
This is every D&D player edgelord description of their robe.
Oh yes, yeah. All right. So next up we got Kit Strong, and this is what I was talking about with the.
has said something.
Oh yes.
It's where they store their bags in the Marvel universe. They have garbage helicopters.
I don't get it.
Oh my! Do they have garbage helicopters?
I don't get it.
Anyway. Anyhow, still a ways to go, but the Volad is starting to come together. Need to start on the staff and the base. In hindsight, I maybe should have left the wings off and painted in sub-assemblies. Oh,
I don't think it's bad.
It's not bad. I don't feel like you've
But I
stuffed
did
up or
feel
anything.
so. There's an update further along, but I do feel like the wings don't have enough vibrancy to them, and they don't really look like wings at the moment. They look like banners.
But
Like
yeah, that's just the sculpt. Because like,
I
when
know.
I saw it, I was like, how is that wings? It's not like stretched out and I don't know, like up in the air.
Yeah.
This looks like two cloths hanging from the spines.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that. I do think it's the sculpt, but we will see it further along.
Yeah.
And
Then we have
next up we have
who this?
Design versus Law Space Marines. Do you want me to?
Ultramarines.
Oh, did I say Space Marines?
Yes.
Do you want me to read it out?
If you like.
It's Fun Day Sunday. # Fun Day Sunday. Well, if anyone is going to bring in the views, it's going to be them, the Blue Boys themselves. Please enjoy Design versus Law, the Ultramarines. And they did watch it a little bit, but only as much as the World Eaters really have. So,
Yeah.
I
guess it.
but there was a lot of gripes.
The Blue Boys do not like being scolded or.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't even say anything. Anyhow, Kit says it was just a pain in the ass to get there and work on things with them attached. Yeah. Doing them separately would have been easier. We recommend sub-assembly. Rumble say Darth Vader's D&D name Corvus Ravencrow.
Yeah. I have actually worked with such things.
But isn't that what the Primarch is essentially named as Crow?
Yeah. Corvus Corax.
Yeah.
So next up, we've got a very long introduction text
from our beloved RJ.
Yep.
Starting Acadium Survivor. I played my first game of Kingdom Death the other day.
Yes, you were very grumpy.
Was I?
Yes, you were. You were
When?
very grumpy the whole time.
I wasn't grumpy.
You were.
I was not grumpy.
You're like, nobody's telling me anything.
Yeah, because it's a new game. I don't know the rules.
We were telling you everything, but...
No.
Yes.
Guys do what boys do, and boys start talking about things they know.
Oh,
And then the girls get left out.
that is not true at all.
Anyhow.
But it's very interesting the way that he's doing all the OSL before he begins painting.
Yeah, like the other model that we were very confused by.
I think here what he's trying to do is basically figure out where he wants to have all of the brightest areas, and then he'll have the dull areas from there.
That is what he explained based on the previous one where we were confused about.
Yes. So
I think it looks very cinematic right now. With that green underglow, and then you've got that nice yellow light that's making it show off the browns. It looks so cool.
well, we'll see where it goes. Then
We've got another one. More glow from RJ.
More glow. It seems that that's what he wants to be working on right now, just figuring out glow. But the other thing I've noticed that his yellow glow's coming out very brownish. That might be the materials that he's working with. But right here, near the sword, it's very blue. So, like, I don't know.
Is that a separate light source? The blue?
Yeah, it is. And then we've got a purple lantern and a yellow lantern, and once again with the yellow it's coming out much more brownish, whereas with the purple it's coming out purplish. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's meant to be the material.
It makes sense, like with the leather and stuff.
See,
that
here
one's
it's
yellow.
it's coming out much more yellow.
Yeah, I'm not sure, like exactly, like unless he films showing how this is achieved, I don't think I'm gonna understand. Or I think there's a video that he watched. Rumble say Sunny is boys talking about things they know, like when your parents run into someone they know in public. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm shaking my head right now, but I liked when he posted this one on the thing, and and everybody's like, she's playing basketball.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
No, it's just that everybody was very excited about basketball.
Yeah, I was so very confused about the basketball.
I don't know what's going on, but
Inside jokes.
we will move on. So next up,
We've got
Calvinoni, and he seems to be painting up some, not 72 millimeter models, but some 72 scale models.
Barbarians and undead done in a monochrome style.
I really think that they need something more than the monochrome, because I'm having a very hard time reading what they are.
You can have a monochrome scheme, but that doesn't mean that you can't explore different shades of the same color or even different tones of the same color. If you're using browns, there are many different shades of browns. And, you've got dark chocolate brown, you've got red brown, yellow brown, tans. You can use all of these and still be a monochrome palette, and that will help to create contrast between each element, and people can see exactly what each is. Right now, it's just all brown and all green, like the toy soldiers that you get in the pack. So it's not very interesting to look at, and might be a bit problematic identifying things on the table.
Yeah.
So I would recommend trying to pick out some details.
Yeah, like at least a dry brush or something like that, because at the moment I have a lot of trouble telling what is what. Alright. Next up, we have more from Kitstrong.
And I worked on the Volrad a bit more this morning during the stream. Oh, he meant to say during the stream. Pretty happy with how the staff is turning out. I think I'm getting pretty close to calling it done.
The cloak and his pants become a lot more solid during this period of time. So we see like there's more added to the cloak and such, but also we see the chainmail come in. So I'm gonna look forward to seeing it all actually being fully done. But we see it being a lot more defined right now.
Yeah.
Alright. So
look, it's another update shot.
Good enough for government work. So you wanna make your comments on it now?
Yeah, so he's definitely gone for that mossy look.
And do you wanna read out what did he say? Yeah, no, I read out what he said.
Yeah, so he's gone for the mossy look on the base, like we said. But the stone is still that sort of grey, regular old grey colour.
So I think that the reason why I wanted to do that was because of the skulls. But I really think that you could go for something like that. I think when we see it like not on this turntable, but with a neutral background and with the base rim painted, it might stand out more. But as it stands, like the base sort of fades into the rest of the model.
I do find that the skulls are also a bit too on the yellow side rather than a bone.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like I think that the sort of mossiness, the green, is quite nice. Oh, what have they been saying?
Let's see. Rumble say, if it was in a painting competition, I would give it 3 points.
I see. But I think it looks quite nice, but I do think the other stuff looks quite yellow. But yeah, like you were saying.
Yeah, I do think we'll see later on how it progresses, but
this is what he's calling done.
Oh, okay, yeah, I still think a sandstone grave would be nicer, and some dirty down moss along the grave. And
especially that black rim, and seeing it on a neutral black background or a neutral white background. It doesn't matter. Like I like our neutral grey, but you've preferred the black more recently, haven't you?
I haven't changed it.
Okay. Hey, Penguin.
Hello.
But we will move on to the next one.
Je sais.
And it looks like he's pretty much finished the fairy.
Oh, has
Would you like to read out?
Spent most of the weekend playing Kingdom Death. Only 4 more fights left in the campaign, but I've spent my evenings working on Lily and Pals.
I'd say that it's come a very far way along, and the gold is looking very nice.
Yeah, I love seeing gold next to forest greens.
Mm-hmm.
It's just such a ethereal color combination.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks so eye-catching.
What do you think of the pink hair?
I don't know. It's not the worst. It definitely feels fairy-like.
Yeah.
And it is very, it's a nice contrast.
It is very strongly contrasting.
I don't know. I feel like it works. Okay. I think I know why. It's because you've got such wonderful natural tones, and then you've got that unnatural color right there, and then it just sort of throws me off a bit.
Alright.
It's not the worst. I feel maybe some pale pink highlights throughout, just to tone it down a bit, would help. What do you think?
Maybe. I don't know. One of the problems is with these sculpts is they're very soft. You remember working on them with those two that we've got up in the corner. So some of the times trying to do nice sharp details will not work as well with them. But yeah, we see these ones coming along as well. But we will move on to our next piece.
Oh, Crimus.
Tia.
I took the feedback I received from the last time I posted this model and made some major changes. I'm going for a proxy smaller feed using a converted Dread Knight. I like the other version as well though, so I may try to do a similar concept, marine fused to machine in an improved way sometime in the future project. Anyway, thank you for the feedback.
So I think the tails come through a lot better this time.
Yeah.
Like,
love the colors.
Yeah, the colors are quite nice, but I think it's also the way that it's posed.
Yeah.
So it feels quite reptilian now because it's got the reptile head and it's got this up here, right? But the way that it's moving, it looks like this is balancing it. It doesn't look as off. It's a much stronger part of the profile. Like when we look at the back here, it doesn't look out of place as much anymore.
Yeah, you can actually see the silhouette a lot better.
Yes. I do think there's a lot going on in the background, which makes it a little hard. But the way that it feels a lot more machiney. Remember last time it was just the sort of Velociraptor head?
Yeah.
And it felt quite cartoony. But now it feels much more like a blend between machine and some sort of creature. Like, even though these aren't like part of any natural animal, it feels like they've sort of put a natural animal together with some sort of machine and they're using that to run it.
Yeah.
I think I don't think this is the basing done, but I think the basing that needs to be focused on, and if we can see like a picture without the stuff in the background, I think that would help a lot. But is there anything that you wanted to add?
I think you've done a great job fixing him up.
Yeah.
And what an improvement. Yeah, great job, really.
And it's nice to actually see somebody be like, yeah, no, these are good points. Let's work on that.
Yeah.
So, yes, great job, especially with the tail. Like, when you take a look at the side profile here, fantastic work. All right, next up, we've got the basketball lady.
With no words. There's no words this time.
I see. She's just playing basketball with Ghost Skeleton Man. Ghost Skeleton Man, don't be stopping my three-pointers.
Three-pointers.
I guess.
Maybe she's getting in those necromancy powers while playing basketball. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it is this is one thing that is good about Kingdom Death when it comes to some of the miniatures. They've got some very fun to paint miniatures. but it's very unusual.
Yeah.
All right, so
What do you think of the lighting for the? I do find it is a little too much, the green
yeah, I think
feel.
it is, but also like the darkness of the flesh on this side makes it a bit much. I know that it's a study in light and that sort of thing. Dead men can't jump. Oh, no. But yeah, so I think it's a very interesting piece. I find it very hard to judge.
I
Um,
think all the color choice, everything is great. It's just that maybe there's too much of the OS, a bit too or something like him. This sort of skeleton ectoplasm thing.
mhm.
I think if it was a bit softer, not reaching as high,
Yeah.
it would feel a bit more in place.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can see what you're saying. You think that it should be a soft glow instead of a harsh one.
Yeah, because I see all his other OSL work and they all were like, oh, this is so nice, so natural. And then this one sort of threw me off a bit. And I think I felt that it was a bit too much of that. But look, it's an
All right. Well, then we also have another lady right here, and I feel like she's not finished yet because it does seem that way.
the base and all.
Yeah.
But the lighting and that glow is just perfect.
It does seem quite nice, but I don't know what he's going to do with the rest of it.
Yeah.
It does seem like he's really trying out to learn how to do OSL, and I think that that's coming through quite a lot.
Yeah.
All right, so next up, it's Member Monday. Do you want me to read this one out?
Sure.
It's Member Monday. # Member Monday. Why is it so important to have people who interact? The Pareto principle is a thing, but it's also but so too is human nature. People come on here and see 304 members and only a few people interact, so you feel left out as if you're not a part of this place. When you are, you're just experiencing one of the realities of life. This is why I say you make the place. You are the people. There are people who just like posts. That means something to people. There are people who post a lot and people who post a little. There are people who come on the reviews and there are people who comment. Every little bit builds a place. It's not any one person with that. With that, let us welcome our new members. But basically the thing is that every little bit helps, like even if you're not somebody who posts a lot, if you're somebody who likes posts, if you're somebody who gives a comment, that really does mean a lot to people.
I like Justin's comment.
Do you want to read out Justin's comment?
Yeah. Welcome to WAYPN, where dreams come true. And you really can post anything and have people comment constructively. Unlike other groups intent on providing only thumbs up and no content or advice, we pride ourselves on being a community of people eager to learn, improve, and support each other on this journey of our. Great to have you here and can't wait to see your work. # those brushes. What a great method.
All right, and right after that we have Larry.
Finished dry brushing the skin, but still have the wings and belly to paint. I think I'm finished with the mouth, built up with some pink, then put down a red filter, then did a heavy dry brush of gray for the teeth, going up in tone to a creamy whitish color, followed by express paint for the lower half of the teeth, because I know it doesn't floss. He doesn't floss yet. No, not sure what I want to do for the base. Suggestion.
Well, all I'm going to say is the obvious comment, which is, looks like my ex.
Really? Oh, come on.
No, I think people get it.
Okay.
Anyway, no, it's looking great. So I think the way you've done all of that, but I do think that the scales and such like they feel like they need something more, but I have a feeling that like unfortunately that's the reference. Would you like to read out what Rumble's saying?
Yeah, I think Justin's comment is great, and I won't hear a bad word said about it.
Or else.
I think what Larry was trying to go for was like a manually painted iridescent effect, like how with the crow's wings. Shift of green and purple.
I understand, but I think like we'll find the reference for this monster is just almost a pure black for the majority of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's...
He's just trying to make it interesting.
Yeah, but you know what I find interesting? Seeing all the projects in the background. You see our little hamster?
I see the hamster. I love the hamster.
Yes, let's see if we can see anyone else. No. No.
Only hamster. I see paints.
Oh, no, look, there's Darth Vader and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yes, we can spot all the Easter eggs.
All right. Easter eggs.
let us move on.
We have Kit
Strong.
Once again. Monday morning work. With the Volard out of the way, I'm getting back to things that I can knock out quickly. In this case, Seth, son, Valeno, the assassin in white. Clothes are mostly done. Now I need to find my gnome flesh to finish the skin. Then it's into the couple of leather bits. Yeah.
He's got the sculpt has the Deadpool face from the original movie where they make his mouth zipped up.
Oh.
Or at least that's the way it looks.
Yes, it does look a bit Deadpool-y.
It does look a little bit Deadpool-y, but we will see how it grows and evolves.
Oh no, he's bald. Bald!
Yes.
Or the meme goes, Seth's son Valeno.
Okay.
Like the second one.
I don't know if this is finished though.
I think this is another angle of this guy. The same picture.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Because like the sword's all black and the shadows are all black. I don't know if this is meant to be like a black and white model. Looks like he's got a beard.
Yeah, Kit says, and there's an unfortunate mold line running across top of the...
Of course.
We can
Why
turn
not?
that into a scar if you like.
Yeah, no, that's true. You could turn that into a scar if you like.
And that's how you make use of your mistakes. Alright, we have Alex.
Oh, yes, Alex. Alright,
So, okay guys, I need your advice. Gold wings or white wings? Unfortunately, I can't make a poll with the pictures, so get in the comments, please.
So gold wings or white wings?
Everyone voted for white wings in the end, and I agree. I voted for white too. Because the gold felt a little too much against all the other gold elements. I did thought initially it looked very interesting.
You think he thought?
I thought it looked interesting, and then I was like, maybe a bit too much. And then I see the white, and it's like, that's a nice contrast. And I was like, okay, we do contrast instead.
I do think that you're right. The white wings do look good. I think that it adds a level of brightness to all of the dark that's on the model.
Yeah.
Which I think is very nice. But, you know, we're going to see more work from the kids soon so that he can start pumping everything out all together. You know, like, they were actually...
They were really good.
Yeah, they were actually pretty good. I was surprised.
Well.
Just how good they were. Next up...
I must have whipped them into shape.
Yes.
With the brush that he keeps wet consistently.
Okay, so here we got monochrome style guys by Calvinoni.
Yeah, unfortunately, same issue as the
These ones are slightly better. Like, for example, this guy's got the spear and stuff, and then there's green.
Yeah, but it really needs to be picked out. The details just need to be picked out.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm sorry, Cal. You have to pick out the details.
It does make them very hard to read. Like, for example, I can see that there's a variety of things on this guy, and I'm thinking I might actually like this model right here, but it's very hard to tell when they're all
the same
color.
Yeah. Oh, well, what does Larry say?
Okay.
Wings and nails done. Need to look at more references to see what to do with the belly and then figure something out for the base. Wings are Blood Angels Red
Oh,
Driver.
yeah, that looks a lot nicer
I
now.
really like that, yeah. With burnt red and pyro red from Pro Crow. I really like these. And there's some words on the final one. The final picture's got some and I will always maybe I don't know the song.
Yeah. And I will always love you.
We have to sing it off key so we don't get copyright struck.
Or there was a famous movie where they did that.
We gotta play the bad flute version of the
the bad
flute. Beep, 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 like that. When I first heard it, I couldn't stop laughing.
All right. Let us move on. But
what's with the hot dog, Rumble? What's the hot dog? Are you saying this bottle looks like a hot dog?
Maybe it wants
wants
a hot dog.
Bone.
No, wants a hot dog for the bun. It's like that's the bun. I don't know. Next up, we've got Kit Strong. Do you want to read out what Kit Strong said?
Yeah. Primed the next batch of Stormlight minis and bashed out a couple more Quantum Accord units. And in keeping with the ammo praise, I'm really liking the one-shot primer. As a long-time user of
Stynylrez, I think it's called.
Yeah, Stynylrez, sorry. And Vallejo, I think One Shot is in the running as the best acrylic primer on the market.
That's a pretty intense comment. I've just stepped away from acrylic primers and gone over to lacquers. I'm sorry, I'm no longer there. So
You're no longer part of the club, Cal.
So once again, I think that they need some other color to contrast them. So I think like that candy blue looks good with the purple, but I think maybe some red in the shields, like maybe in the center or something like that.
A warmer gold.
Yeah, a gold could really help make them pop a bit.
I can't tell if it's like a steel or a very pale gold. It looks a bit.
No, this is like a blue and a steel and a purple.
Oh, yeah.
So they're all very, very cold colors.
Yeah, I need some warmth.
Yeah.
Bring in some stuff. I'm saying hot dog in a hallway. I don't get it. I'm sorry.
I will explain later. Oh no.
Who is this?
Who is this?
Who is this man?
Alright, so it's Whip Wednesday. Galaxy Pellicore isn't that far away now. I regret saying that. What are you painting now? Make a post about it.
I love the colours.
But I do have to say one thing. I think that I will say to all of the people, O ye of little faith. Because everybody who apparently watched at the start were like, I don't know if it looks that good with all the colors.
You were just experimenting with every contrast paint you had.
But now it's all funny. Together. You guys can see how it works. It's like you have to zoom in a fair bit to actually see all of the different stars. And see, this is what I think makes the galaxy effect when you've got those tiny little stars, because you cannot possibly paint all of these stars on that small. And it does feel much more like it's a real starry sky this way. But yeah, we will move on. We will move on after
now we have
RJ
working on a third KDM mini.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, booty in play, everything.
Alright.
Yes. Yeah. I like the lighting effect. It's come through nice and good.
But on the back, it seems that the shadowing is a bit intense.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what's happening with that leg there, because it looked like a tattoo.
or
But
or
I
a
don't know.
bruise, you know.
Yeah, what is that? I can't tell.
But I'm not sure what he's going for right there.
Yeah.
I think like, but I think we're gonna see a lot of these ones refined quite a bit more, because at the moment he seems to do them in stages, and yeah. But it's interesting seeing the experiments with with all of the things. All right, so I should read this one out, and then we'll take a look at the pictures. Guys, my people, my peoples, my at everyone. We don't often at everyone, but when we do, there's a reason. And here is that reason. We need 50 new members before the end of February to make WAYPN viable. However, look at this. 4.4 million views this year. Not total, this year alone. This is what I mean by you have to focus on the process. Because because this moment only comes once a year. You don't see this every day. You don't see it all the time. Once a year. Once a year, you get to see just how much you've done. But if you keep moving forward in the right direction, and if you just keep going and just keep angling things correctly, you can achieve big things. You know how in all those sci-fi movies where they go back into the past, they're so worried about the small changes they could make, which would have a massive impact. Make those small changes and have a massive impact on your life. Have a massive impact on your life is no one else. I have confused myself.
I think you meant to say if nothing else, or
if no one else.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this year, and thank you so much for your support. If you can become a member, it will mean we can keep doing YouTube like we are. And just want to take a look at that stat, because there was one thing that one of the commenters pointed out to us that I didn't realize until this moment. 329 uploads this year.
Indeed.
And
That's how many videos I made.
And so
Jesus.
they just said 329 uploads is an insane schedule, and yeah, it is.
That's also back when we were doing the short.
Yes, and we want to get back to doing shorts, but we're very tired.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for all of the support, and I hope you see we're putting in the work for you. All right. So next up, we have the Sarlacc pit, as I like to call it.
Yeah, and we got Jason Tate. I'm back after being sidelined by a hellish 5-month kitchen renovation. Even though I still don't have a dedicated painting space, I sat down to take that first step and just paint something. And so some hashtag Whip Wednesday Whipness, the More Pit from the Warcry Hunter and Hunted box set. Going for tabletop quality, but a little bit extra, as it's such a weird and wonderful centerpiece. Next step will be to get all the small teeth and skulls to stand out more. Lots of small details to pick out. I'm trying to make it look like the land is being corrupted into becoming the Maw. So I've purposely avoided a distinct boundary between the mouth and the ground, allowing the pink.
Oh yeah, I see what he's doing. Yeah. I follow what he's doing with the story. So like, there's some little hints of pink around the place.
Yeah, I think it's nice. I like that concept.
We'll see how it looks once it's a little more defined. All right.
I think that's it though.
Yep. No, I'm
finished.
saying, yeah. No, he's not finished yet. He says he's going to pick some things out.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, so next up, we have Something Very Different by Chris Shaw.
Look at this. Some pics of my Beastman army. I started with a theme, but have been doing a lot of monsters lately, which I've enjoyed wandering into other colors. I really like this green guy.
Yeah, no, this green guy looks amazing.
Look at that.
I think the boars look good, but I think the problem is like the sculpt is very much letting him down. Like there's only so much you can do with this sculpt.
But he still managed to got that detail.
Yeah, no. I'm
Contrast.
not saying that he's painting badly. I'm saying like the sculpt makes it so that you can't do too much with it.
Yeah.
But I think he's really brought up everything that he can. But like even like these things, which are very unusual, sort of little looking things.
What is that? Rats.
I think they're meant to be, I don't know, cobra dogs or something.
Cobra dog.
That like they seem to be like a combination of snake and dog and like bat
I
even.
think they're rat dogs. I like the green eyes on the pigs. Yeah, me too.
I think this looks really fantastic, but I really like his basing. His basing is really fantastic. Brings them all together. So I think this guy looks nice. This guy's very old school.
I like the rhinos.
They're not rhinos, they're boars.
Oh, are they boars?
Yes, they are boars.
Okay.
But yeah, once again, look at that basing. Very nicely done. And then we move on to like the miscellaneous monster section. So these things are called Chaos Spawn. And that's when a chaos summoning goes wrong. So I think that like all of these things look really interesting. Like this guy right here, I think looks very much like a Skeksis from the Dark Crystal.
Yeah.
Right? There's some really interesting monsters here, but it's more the way that he's done them. I like great color contrast, absolutely fantastic color contrast. Especially like not as much with this guy, but with the other three, really great color contrast. Well, I guess mostly these two because I like the black against the brown, like very dark colors.
And the reds really pop.
Yeah, they do.
Really show that sort of tortured chaos flesh.
Yeah. But this guy right here, he looks fantastic.
Wow.
You know, I also like the way that he's done the base so that you can use it as both a Age of Sigma model and as a
fantasy model.
Yeah.
And I really love how he's done the skin. It's got those, I don't know how to describe it. Like you've got those.
It's
browns.
quite leathery.
Yeah, the leathery expression there. I don't know.
Yeah, but
it's very hard to
he's done a lot of things. But I have to. Oh, look at this guy. There's a lot that he's put into this post. I think this is a lot of stuff that he's done over time, but like really colorful, really interesting. And one of the things that I like that he's done with all of this is he's got this very nice neutral base that he's doing, right? And that very nice neutral base helps all of the colors stand out.
Yeah, it doesn't take away from the model.
Yeah, I do think when it comes to some of the beasts like the Minotaurs here, right? It does not help them because like they're all browns and steels and like there's not much on them that pops out. But when he has any hide and like they're every color in the universe,
yeah,
I think that really helps them stand out. But I just wanted to go back to this thing because I think this thing looks absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Whatever the heck it is, it's
I just love that shadowing. It's like,
oh yeah, the shadowing is fantastic.
it's like it's got some blues in there. It's got some reds in there, and you think it's purple, but it's not really. And then you've got nice yellows for the highlights on the greens. That's good
It
stuff.
goes along the full extended analogous spectrum.
Oh yeah.
From red to green. Yeah, and all the way up to yellow.
Yeah.
I think absolutely fantastic work with all of it, and I'll look forward to seeing some of his newer pieces as he paints them up. Next up, White Wings 1. So he's
which we discussed and we agree.
He's just come in and he's just done them all that way, and I think he's done some cleaning up with some of them. So yeah, it's pretty much is what it is, but I'll look forward to seeing them all finished because Alex does some fantastic basing.
Yeah, but he hasn't done them yet for these ones, it seems.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I wonder if he's gonna do the rock ruins.
We'll see what he does.
Yeah.
We'll see what he does.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm looking forward to seeing it finished. All right. So next up we've got
Larry.
yes.
Not quite Thursday, but this throwback is for John Ross, our resident penguin. How's Davion, aerospace fighter pilot from the original MechWarrior RPG, painted back in the mid-80s, and I'm still proud of the color match. Isn't this nice?
Yeah, well, I mean, take a look at here's the pilot himself in the picture, and then you take a look here, and I'd say it's a pretty close match, I'd say. But yes, very nice. Let us move on. Yes.
Oh, it's Conan.
Yes, it's Kid Strong.
Kid Strong. Trying to get in a little more work in on the barbarian bust. Mainly just need to do something with the rope and axe handle and clean up the messy bits around the teeth.
I think it's looking very good, but I'm looking forward to the next one. Because then I'll be able to do all of the lines.
What lines?
I don't know what kind of lines.
Penguin loves it when you do the voice.
Yes.
Alright, Kit, once again. Hashtag Whip Witness Day sprayed Dalina, Renarin, and Rolane in colon blue, or Prussian blue to be precise. Such interesting names they have.
They do have very interesting names. I'll be interested in seeing what happens with them because they're quite unique sculpts. Like they're very, like these people do not look as if they're part of the same universe as much. But we'll see how they evolve.
Speaker magicians.
It is very good to see these sorts of things together because it's part of the process. Like some people, they just see finished models and they're just like, oh, okay, what has happened here? So the next one, okay, I'm gonna have to, yes, this is the one I have been waiting for.
Okay.
What is best in life? To see your enemies crushed before you, and to hear the lamentations of their women. Get to the chopper.
Calling him done for now. Definitely not perfect, but looks good on the shelf.
Yeah, no, I think it does. I think it looks very good on the shelf. And this is something that we talked about. So I do think that the other eye is a little off here. I think that everything else looks really good. Like it's not very pristine, right? When I say that, it's not like do you remember when we were talking about the ultramarine art and it looked very processed?
Which ultramarine art?
The more recent ones, like the
Talking about Death Guard or
no, the ultramarine art from the more recent ones where it was the Necron one, Indomitus.
Indomitus.
So it doesn't feel like that. It feels quite natural, I guess.
Yeah, very natural, yes.
Like it doesn't feel ultra processed, which I think is nice because that very much fits the Conan feel.
Yeah.
Because Conan is a lot more down to earth than a lot of things. It's what people would call a low fantasy setting. Even though though there might be sorcery and such, for the most part you're not going to have a whole lot of, like, for example, magical weapons, and like magic's not going to be common. You're not going to have a magic train or anything like that.
Magic train.
Right.
What's best in life? Putting the toes on the shoes and hear the lacing up of the women. Hashtag ankle up. Because he doesn't have feet. That's the joke he's been making about this bust for the past 10 years.
I see.
Yes.
But I think the scar looks really nice. I think the axe looks nice. I think the hair looks nice. I do think like you could try and do that in
Maybelline.
sheen. But I think like if there's anything that really needs any work, it's just that eye. The second eye needs a bit of fixing, but other than that, I think it's fine to leave on the shelf.
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
All right, so next up we have Justin, and he's finally posting something.
Yeah. Sorry for the photo quality. Lots of projects on the go at the moment, but looking to finish these Death Company Blood Angels first. Not much progress, but final highlights will be needed on reds, then edge highlights on black armor and some glazing shadows in again. We'll keep the ultra edge highlights small to ensure the black doesn't look too grey. Then details, decals, weathering powder, and bases. Ideas on base colors, maybe sand to contrast or snow. Other projects can be seen Imperial Fist Terminators, DA Scouts, Dark Angel Scouts, Scorpions, and Mandrakes for a mate. Cheers.
So I really like what he's done with the Tyrannid head here.
Gosh.
That looks really good. Oh gosh.
Yeah, no, because I was just like, what is that? It's like, oh yeah, it's a Tyrannid.
But yeah, I think that looks really good. But there's one thing that we've talked about before, but you'll see it here. Look at how he does the company marking. You know, like that fade from black into very bright red. Hey, Ducky.
Hello, Ducky.
I think that looks just really spot on. Very, very nice.
Yeah. How do you do it though? Is it freehand?
Yeah, it's freehand. Like that's the
Shoot,
crazy
man.
thing. I think he like might have put some tape or something in there, or he might have put the symbol down and then painted over the top of it to highlight it up.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. But like that looks so good. All right. Next up we have John Gass.
Popped the sword back off and started to really work on it. I'm struggling to work out the reflections using the true metallic metal thought. Your domain.
No, like true metallic metal swords, I do really badly with.
Really?
I think so. Like I see what you're going for here, and it seems like you're doing the right things, but it seems you want to go a bit darker in the dark areas, and you want to blend more into the other areas. But I'm going to be honest. I'm not the expert when it comes to true metallic metal steels. Like when it comes to golds, I think I do really, really nice work. For those of you who saw the stream, when did we stream last? Last night?
Yes.
Yeah, the days blend one into the other.
Yeah.
One thing leads to another. But yeah, it's just you want to do more of that blending. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm not the person to come to when told.
Ironic.
Why?
Because you're so good at that's your specialty, true metallic metal.
Well, I'd say true metallic metal gold, it comes up really nicely, but the steel not as much.
But your steels are coming up, like you're getting better at it.
Yeah, I'm getting better at it, but I'm certainly no expert at it. So that's why I just say what I do, because I think when I look at this, I'm like, I'm sorry.
I agree.
Sorry.
I know the technique that he's trying to go
Yeah,
for,
like that's what I see, and like I saw somebody. It was either Spanish or Italian. He was some sort of European.
Yeah, he was doing how to step up your... Was it true metallic or non-metallic metal? I remember.
I think it was non-metallic metal, but essentially all of the principles are the same. Like, it's just with or without mica flakes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're going in the right direction. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alright, so now we got Andy.
And Andy has been working on a lot by the looks of things. Yeah. He's been finishing off this guy. And he looks very colourful, and he looks exactly like what I said. You know, like he's out in the middle of the day, because this doesn't look dark at all. You know, and the light on his face, and he's just. I
just got my light on. Because I can.
He seems like a crazy person a little bit.
Yeah. Last Thursday before Christmas painting. Finished off Quibble Tigerton with a base and some tufts. Really proud of how he has turned out. He might even go on the shelf of models I'm proud of above my desk if I can find space. And started laying down some base coats on Wrecking Maxine, which is another larger scale quote-unquote mini I got.
You know, for a second there, I thought you were reading out chat, and I was very confused. I was like, what? I don't know. I think he looks really good, and I think most of all, look at these eyes. These eyes are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Like, they look really good, and I think the OSL is a bit over the top, but I think it very much suits a very over the top model.
Yeah.
And I think like all of these pieces are really nice. It's got a great level of detail to it. And this is probably what I would call the sweet spot of detail with a model. You know, it's got just the right amount, not too much one way or the other.
Yeah.
Like, you've got, like, there's nothing there where there's just too much. Like, if this was a Warhammer model, he would definitely have stuff within his beard.
Yeah, he'd have ring beard. Beard ring, sorry.
Yes.
And maybe a rat. Rat coming out of the beard.
A rat?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I also like how this girl's coming along. I think she's looking very interesting, but I'm looking forward to seeing her all done, because the few bits that aren't done, I want to see how the boots go, because the yellow contrasts really well against the blue. I feel like the skin tone could be brought up a bit. What do you reckon?
I'm seeing enough shadowing that I'm not upset with it.
All right. Fair enough.
We'll see. Maybe the tummy area, but I know how easily things can go.
Yeah, that's true.
Too contrast, and then it doesn't look like skin anymore. So.
All right. Next up, we have Evil Babies.
Evil baby. Oh, sorry, gotta scroll down. Oh, there it is. Okay. Psychic Mutant Blue Babies. I should not sing the song in case we get...
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I had to use museum wax to set them on their transports and can't find my plastic stands for their models from Mutant Miniatures. Damn these babies.
Well, Sonny, I'm going to leave this one all to you.
Why?
Because.
Why?
I just am.
No, I will not comment on this. Poor children. You can talk about the
I have to go. I've got to go.
No, you don't. You had all this time. You've got to
comment on.
Why did you leave this one?
For you.
No.
Yeah.
I will not.
Fine, comment.
It's blue and it's green and it's on a baby. And...
say nice things.
It's got eyes.
Why won't you comment on them?
Because it's sad.
Why is it sad?
What do you mean, why is it sad?
Tell me why it's sad.
Because look at it.
They're evil babies?
They're not evil. Someone did this to them.
I see. Someone did this to them.
Yes.
I think this is some of Karl's best painting.
Yes, it is actually. I like the way that he sort of done it in like a watercolor blending style, which gives it that sort of vein of the skin look.
Yep.
Which adds to the grossness of it all. And you know, he's actually used some metals for the metal parts of the lenses and everything like that, and they're sitting on, I have no idea what those...
museum wax.
No, not the museum wax, but the base. I'm a bit confused what those bases are.
I think they're meant to be some sort of hovercraft.
Hovercraft. It's quite interesting that he used bronze. Because it gives a very different sort of steampunk feeling.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see why you would say that. Alright, so let us move on 2.
Ah, yay! Finally, something nice to look at. Larry! To borrow a phrase from the ever-esteemed Popeye, that's all I can paint. I can't paint no more. Hamster is done. Moving on. Might even say he's leaving. Does he's packed his bags?
Okay.
Okay, bad dad jokes aside, I hope he makes people smile. He make me smile after seeing mutant babies, that's for sure.
He does look very cute, I must
So
say.
cute.
Look, it looks like something that you'd give to either
Give it to me.
Either a 40-year-old woman or a
I'm 40 years
preteen child, and like, here,
old. I'm
enjoy
a preteen child. I like him. He's so cute. He's a little baby hamster.
Well, if that's the case, you can comment and give all the commentary on him.
No, you
Yes,
said you
yep.
said you want. This is for your turn.
No.
Nope.
You must. Well,
I had my turn.
I liked the basing, the way that you've done the autumn leaves and the more cut grass.
Oh.
I'm not too sure what you're doing with the blue and the green here. I'm not sure what that is. I can't.
I think he might have been trying for some flowers.
Maybe, I'm not sure, but like that doesn't read as well. Like all of this, everything else reads really well. But since there's a lot of warm colors, this green is necessary to cut through that.
Yeah.
And like I think without that green roll right there, it would just be this just shadow of warm colors the whole time. I think that some of these other sacks could have been different colors and such. Just like, for example, this could have been a pale wood or something like that.
Yeah, pale wood. Yeah.
Rather than the brown, because it's pretty much all brown all the time. Like the red, I think is actually good, but the yellow with the red makes it so that it's very warm, and so that all the colors sort of come together. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm saying that it does lack a lot of contrast. And I feel like that could help, just having, like, for example, the little blue bits here. They do pop quite a bit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just having some different colored things. Like, I think these two being different colors and maybe having one pale wood thing could have really brought him together. I think he does look overall very cute, and maybe having some more popping things might have worked against that.
Yeah.
But now it's all Sonny's turn.
Oh yeah, this guy is finished as well, says Larry. Well, I'm just trying to see if there's anything differently done.
There's a bit of a red reflection.
I love the OSL of the red. Like how he's sort of used like a orange, like a neon orange in place of the white to make that. That's a good thing, because I was a bit curious how you would do that for the red highlight of the saber, and I never would have guessed like a fluoro orange instead of like just a red over the white. So I think that's very clever. And every movie poster of Darth Vader is all about the lightsaber reflections on his black mask. So you've really brought that out nicely.
I would agree with that 100%. Like, that does look very movie poster-esque.
Yes, like you could just take a really good close-up shot of him and just use that in the real poster instead of the real Darth Vader to work out.
I think it looks very good.
Yeah. Well, we've got one final one.
We got one final one.
One final one.
All right, I will reload.
And it will be a very fun one.
It will be a very fun one.
A very fun one. And
so you're gonna do it?
We've got John Ross, Penguin. I'm posting this on behalf of my nephew Douglas. This is the first 3D print he painted. Considering he used cheap craft paints, I think it is not half bad. And it is a missile toad, everybody. It's a missile toad.
You stand under the missile toad.
Oh my gosh. It is so funny. I love seeing Douglas's creations. They're all so interesting and funny. Sometimes he'll make these cute little things. Yeah. Darth Vader, come. Okay. I'm sorry, I can't read that on the screen. But it's really well done. You've got nice colors here with the missile launcher. Nice red to yellow fade. You've got the green. So everything pops off each other, and great use of grays for the missile launcher himself. I think the only thing that would be nicer is if you actually painted the caps of the missile a different color, like a red.
Yeah.
To just bring attention to that.
I think that would be good too.
But it's a great missile toad.
I think considering his craft paints that he has done a lot of work here, like that he's coming out of the water or that he's on top of the water is one thing. And I do like the little water effect that he's got coming from his mouth. But I do think that you're right. Just some basic stuff like having the missiles coloured, like whether white or otherwise.
Yeah.
And then just like, for example, those little parts on the ends of here, right? You could have most of that all the same colour. And then just the little circles, have your black and red as if they were sort of like jumper cable sort of things, sort of thing. Yeah. Just have some different coloration, because you got to think about it in these terms. You don't think about pure realism, you think about verisimilitude, the feeling of reality. And people are looking for those little bits of details. I think like the eyes are good. I think that there's a lot of things that are really nice about this model. But yeah, just a few more details is what would really help it come out.
Yes.
Right.
I think that's all we have to say.
Yep. And I want to thank all of you for coming along. But we had to speed along through this one because there was so much there, and we knew if we had guests, we would take a long time.
It'd probably go for 3 hours.
And unfortunately, guys, we have so much work on this week. So, here is what I wish to say to all of you.